Alright, what's going on everybody? It is Chimpso here, bringing you a quick video today talking about how to level 1 Proxy, Season 5 style, behind the Tier 2 tower at level 1 with Singe. Now, it's not as good as it was in Season 5, you only get 1 ward, you can't buy a stealth ward to start off, but it's still very possible to actually get 4 waves if you run this mastery tree, or rune tree, or whatever you want to call it now. So as you can see here, I'm running Inspiration Tree Primary. The key takeaways here are Celestial Body, giving me 100 HP at level 1, and also the fact that running this tree gives me 20% potion duration. I'm starting a Dark Seal and a Flask, and because I'm taking Sorcery Tree second, I have extra starting AP. With the Dark Seal, I start out with 38 AP. So the big change that sort of killed Proxy Singe in pre-season 6 was the fact that you can no longer kite creeps into the jungle. They de-aggro, and they won't follow you. I mean, you can't kite them back, and you take much more damage. Well, that hasn't changed. However, the fact that you can start with 100 bonus HP, as well as have 20% extra duration on your refillable potion that you start with, is very useful. So as you can see, after clearing the first wave there, I dropped the ward down in that bush. I will show you the spot to drop the ward on the other side when we switch to that. But basically, this strategy is consistent with this setup to get 3 waves. To get 3 waves at level 1, or with a level 1 proxy, behind the tier 2 tower. You can get at least 3 waves, which will give you enough gold to go back and buy boots. Well, you'll probably be taking slightly magical boots, but maybe you're taking future market. So boots, or corrupting potion, or Doran's ring, whatever you want. And this is a consistent, safe way to do it. So as you can see, I'm starting the 3rd wave here, the cannon creep wave, the hardest one to get, and I'm almost at full health. I'm out of potions, but I'm almost at full health, and I'm actually going to be able to get 4 waves here. Now, normally you're not going to be able to get 4 waves because the enemy jungler will run up. You'll see him on the ward most of the time, so you'll just be able to run into the tower to get yourself executed. But most of the time, yeah, the jungler will come up and you have to kill yourself, and you won't be able to actually get the 4th wave. As you can see, I'm standing here, and what this does is it gives me vision in the other angle. In Season 5, you used to be able to ward the bush down there, so you could completely have your vision clear. The only way they could surprise you is coming through base. You can't do that, so you sort of have to be a mobile ward during the downtime. But as you can see here, I quite convincingly get 4 waves. If I take in a tower shot accidentally, which sometimes happens while you're proxying, you won't be able to get those 4 waves, but I can very easily get it there. And even if I do take a tower shot, I will get 3 waves. So here I'm going to be trying it out with the Sorcery Tree as primary. I'm running Sorcery Tree primary with Resolve Tree secondary, getting the extra AP, but the problem is I don't have the 100 extra starting HP from Celestial Body, and I don't have the 20% extra potion duration. And you're going to see why that matters here. Now, I've actually tested this quite a bit, and I have managed to get 3 waves with this build before, with this rune setup before, but it's not consistent. You will sometimes get 3 waves, you'll sometimes die and not get the cannon creep, as you're going to see here, but it's just not consistent, and there's no way you're getting 4 waves, and if you accidentally take a tower shot, you're not even getting 3 waves. It's just not possible. So if you want this to be consistent, you want to run the Inspiration Tree, which I think is okay, because I honestly think the Inspiration Tree is simply the best tree for Singe at the moment. Airy has been nerfed, it's not as amazing. I'm averaging like 1.5k damage with that mastery per game, it's just not that great. Arcane Comet, I just cannot get to work consistently on Singed. And Phase Rush is great in certain matchups, slow heavy matchups in top lane, but in general, it's just not that amazing. The Inspiration Tree is, in my opinion, the best tree for Singe at the moment. It just gives them so much good stuff, and the Summoner Spell cooldown is great. You can swap your Teleport out for Cleanse during the late game if the enemy team has a lot of CC, and you can team fight really effectively. But yeah, as you can see here, honestly, that wasn't the best proxy. I maybe pathed it a bit poorly, but, you know, it goes back to the consistency thing. So, yeah, the fact that it's not really consistent, whereas the Inspiration Tree method is consistent, is something that I don't like, and I would only really do this if you want to run the Inspiration Tree. If you want to do it with the Sorcery Tree, get the first wave between the Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers, and then rotate around for the 2nd wave, and you'll be able to do it that way, but that's obviously a lot riskier. So yeah, it feels really good to actually be able to do this again, you know. Proxy Singe was my thing in Season 5, I really loved it, I played it a lot, I made a lot of videos about it. Proxying in general isn't as effective anymore, and the reason for that is Singe 420. Nothing against the guy, but he actually popularized proxying and made it so that everybody knew about it. So the chances of your proxy getting denied these days is very high. And it's not his fault, you know, it's just a victim of circumstance, unfortunately. But it is actually a lot more difficult to proxy level 1, simply because people will expect it now, you know, body block your proxy and not let you actually get the creeps, which is really fucking annoying. So this won't happen all the time, but when it does, as you can see here, you can very easily get at least 3 waves with the level 1 proxy as Singed. As long as you run the inspiration tree. Yeah, you can do it with the sorcery tree. Like I said, I have managed to pull it off, but it's just not as consistent. Whereas this is very consistent, as you see. I have enough health here to go for a 4th wave, but unfortunately my ward expires and years near his red, so I'm just going to kill myself. But yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you all next time. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Chimpso. Consider supporting me on Patreon if you like my work. But apart from that, take care. I'll see you all next time. Have fun in Season 8, boys.